All right, mic is on. Mic check. Let me see. Get my music swapped out here. Change the music up for today on this lovely Friday. Which one? Which one? Which one? Which one? See what this one sounds like. May need to go music shopping again. Let's see. Definitely not using that one. Boom, 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 boom. What about this one? Definitely not using that one either. I think this one will go. Focus. Yeah, something that's pretty chill. All right, yeah. So as you can see, right, these markets are ripping. YM bearish somehow. It's crazy, man. Off of this previous weekly high, 930 opens lower. Get this 930 candle here. Kill some of these indicators. There we go. Really strong push lower here. Hourly, let me make sure these hourly levels are nice. So it looks like price is likely to just let me see, it's 930, yeah, 930. Price is likely to be all out of whack until 10 a.m. news. Save this. Maybe not red. What color would I do this? Let me just make it black. Yeah. Or red, actually. Maybe blue. Yeah. All right, yeah. So we got this swing here right at 930. Boom. Sweeps that, pushes back into here. Here's another 930 swing. This bottom right here could be a big deal. We'll see. That's YM. Price looks extremely bullish, but we already know that when you see these over-exaggerated moves, when price starts to move too quickly into one direction, you should probably hold your horses because it could be a trap. All right, 930. Go down to the, oh, look at that. We already getting signals to buy. I am not buying that. It's way too early, kid. You got a bullish buy signal from the indicator already. Right at 930, yeah, beautiful. Just buying this candle close right here, you literally just caught. That's crazy, bro. This indicator just gave you 90 points. So the indicator is gonna signal right after this candle closes, the confirmation candle. And then with that confirmation, you can buy any candle after it. And sure enough, it rips. Got your protected lows down here. So here, let me do this. Go to the daily. Let's go to the daily here. Mark out these previous daily highs. All right, we got our previous daily, weekly. We pretty much ripped past that, but I'll mark it out. Previous weekly level. And with that, I can kill this indicator, clean it up a little bit, drop back to the 1 minute. And everything is in order here. So yeah, you get this 930 swing down here, which will be a nice pivot point. So I'll mark that out. 930. Why does it do that? It's not over there, but it's over there. Maybe if I save it, it should pop up now. I'm gonna close my chart real quick. Close all. Close all. All right, there we go. Now that should revamp everything here. Let's see. All right, this little boy is about to get in trouble, bro. Already. It's 9:45. Mark off this 930 swing. We should be good to go. Kill the indicator, or actually load the indicator. Shifter. Boom. Kill that. There we go. Same thing over here. Kill that. All right, we're starting to see some resistance at those highs, right? But what I'm looking for is this. There it is, 930 swing. Excellent. This is also a protected level from my indicator. So as you can see, right, we're already about to give a short signal here. Let's see if there's any SMT or 30-minute gaps down below. No gaps down below. So what I'm going to start doing is drawing up this short, guys. We might get a short here. Let's see. All right, we got this level right here, protected high potentially. Potentially, right? It's not confirmed yet, but it looks like we're gonna end up shorting this. This will be a quick trade too. Well, actually, no, I take that back. Something's not right here. This is all out of whack. These highs, right? Notice how these highs, we make a new high right here. We take out that high, but this high is way down there, so that's actually in sync. Hold on, bro. What is actually going on here? 2-minute chart. Yeah, I don't see anything right now. False alarm. YM, what are you up to over here, buddy? Nothing. Oil, what are you up to? Bleeding. Free falling. Back into where? We got a beautiful, yeah, this area right here is extremely bullish. As you can see, right? Back into this area. Nice. All right, so what are we doing here? Are we driving? Are we getting some SMT? Oh yeah, we're getting some SMT here, guys. We might get another buy signal here in the And if that's the case, I don't know if I really want to be buying before 10 a.m. though. Especially not all the way up here, right? So yeah, I'll just chill. If it does give a signal, I think I'm gonna pass on it. Just understanding that it's very early. It's 9:40, 9:50. 9:50, man. Pretty early. I would rather a short is what I'm getting at, you know. Much rather a short here. Maybe pop through these highs one more time and then shift lower. You know. 'Cause right now there is a SMT off of here. Maybe 15-minute gap about to form. Yeah, we're chilling. Massive SMT right now though. That's amazing to me though, bro. Market just opened at 9:32. You get a buy signal that pays out 70 plus points. It's crazy, bro. All right, here we go. Starting to get that SMT here for this short. There we go. There we go, my friends. Let's see if it pays off here. Get my accounts ready to go. Oh, well, psych. That wasn't no SMT. More volume. Random spikes here. Look at that. We're about to get another shift bullish. That's crazy, kid. This is, I think I have to respect this one, bro. Because YM should be going bullish too, yeah. It looks like we're just going to rip all morning. We get another protected low here. We get another shift. Yeah, if this holds up, man, let's see. Do we need it? We don't have any targets, bro. It's going to be tough buying at all-time highs like this, man. This trade would be much simpler if it were down in here somewhere, right? We're all the way at the highs getting buy signals. But I love that we just got a clean indication here from the indicator because it is 100% correct, right? You have this divergence showing that we could be putting in some protected lows here. All right, a nice SMT off of this leg right here. And we close through. Let's see if we maintain this area. This protected low must be maintained. At this point, it should hold up, man. And the buyer should, yeah, look at it. Yeah, I think I gotta buy this, bro. It's so lame. I hate doing this, bro. I don't think I'm gonna do it. Not only is it at all-time highs, but this high right here could be a problem. You could buy it, right? It push up from here, take this high, and then die. That sucks, bro. Still got some work to do with this AI before I make it available, but the core of it, like the actual baseline, the things that I'm looking for is done. I just want to add some specs, you know, add some things. I want to be able to just put on my indicator, you know, like see how I have the EMA, I have the date down here, the watermark date, and I have these timestamps and previous levels and daily highs and stuff. I want to be able to have all of that in my indicator so I can just plug on my indicator and that's all I need to trade. So maybe in maybe like a week or so, I can have all that done. Is it just me or is this starting to get unbelievable, bro? 2 buy signals in a row and these things are ripping, bro. I don't know, man. It's like, how do you get comfortable buying way up here? And then it just seems like it's giving you the best trades, bro. The best trades. My goodness. Cover the protected low. You just caught another 65 points. Wow. Can't make this up, man. It's like I probably won't get a trade. If it keeps going up, I don't think I'm gonna get a trade, man. I don't think I'm gonna get a trade. I wonder if this plays a role too. Let's see. Like, so we took out this low over here, 944 low. 944. We took out those lows as well. 944. But then we took out the 931 lows. But where is it using as the SMT? Okay. There goes your bullish indication on YM here. But I don't know if I would use this indicator on YM. YM is weird. This is crazy, bro. It almost makes me think I missed the move, bro, and I should just walk away. This thing is ripping, like how is that even possible, bro? Crazy. Oh, I missed the first 2 signals. Missed the first 2 signals. Well, good thing it's only 957, right? So, be all right. Good thing it's only 957. We got orange folder news coming in. I would love to see some sort of higher time frame gap created. All right, there you go. So we're going to at least have a 15-minute gap here. I'll mark this off as liquidity. A retracement back into one of these gaps could literally be as simple as 1, 2, 3, and then it continues higher. All right, liquidity here. Same thing here. Other than that, man, I wish these buy signals were lower, but hey, good job, indicator. Yesterday's trade was pretty solid as well. The first sell here was where it's almost the same type of thing here. You got that early indication at 950, right? As soon as the market opens. And then by 10:30, 11, 11:15, you get your first buy signal here. And then there goes exactly where the buys start to develop. It was a little choppy. But I remember getting in here because it didn't give me an indication on this low here. I saw it myself off of this this low here. It was hitting SMT, right? And I ended up buying it right here. If you guys remember, this was yesterday's trade. Bought it here, and what do we say? We want to see these highs taken out. And look at how long it took. Maybe 10:50, by 2 o'clock it was hit. I think I got out somewhere. I can't remember where I got out at, but that's the play, right? Now looking at today, we're seeing price overextend to start the session. We're hoping that price can find some sort of resistance. Like here, maybe YM takes this and pulls back, and that forces everything else to pull back, right? because it's tough to buy at the highs like this. But maybe like I drew up here, maybe we get a drive back into this 15-minute fair value gap, which aligns perfectly with this 930. I'm sorry, not 930. This macro pullback here. So we'll see, man. Playing field is pretty clean though. The volume is excellent. So let's sit back and wait for a good discounted entry signal. I skipped these mainly because we have news at 10, which is right now. Let's mark that off, 10 o'clock. All right, we have news at 10, and there was no discount offered on these buys whatsoever. So I'll end up skipping those every time. Save myself a headache. But this is a clean buy signal though, bro. You should be able to long YM right here. You got the signal. You got the order block to trade off of. You should be able to long this. I'm not, but you should be able to. The hard part is, like I mentioned, we're taking out all the highs. So let's go to the daily for YM. Where's the next daily high at? Way over here. See if it hits that next daily high, man, before pulling back. If I was to trade YM, this would be the play just based off how fast everything is. But today may not be my day, bro. I really don't want to be buying at these extremes. Crazy work, though. Let's see if we get any bearish trend shifts. That would make me a little bit more interested in this price action. Right now, I'm just chilling. It's been a good week. Yeah. Don't want to force anything today. Uh-oh, I see people online drawing up a trade. They're drawing up the buys off of that 10 a.m. Let me put some timestamps on here myself, actually. Boom, 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 boom. Let's see what they're thinking here. Oh no, he's on the Dow Jones. Yeah, he's falling for the trap on Dow. He's falling for the trap on the Dow Jones. We've fallen for that trap before, right, chat? I am not interested in Dow Jones. Get out of here. I'm looking for this dip back into this 27,752 area, or maybe give us a new fair value gap. We got a 10-minute fair value gap, a potential new 15-minute fair value gap in the mix here. You know, so I would love for price to like rebalance to this EMA, rebalance to a gap, or simply just sell off. What was let's go, man. Let's see, man. This is where things get boring. Like, come on, bro. Come on, man. All right, we got another fair value gap sitting right here. See if we can at least fill this one in. 10-minute gap. Small amounts of accumulation. We are driving deeply back into this previous area of demand, right? You see price. It's the hourly. Let's look at the 30-minute, get more specific here. So you see the move was started right here. So clean, bro. My trading has been very clean lately, and it's all because of order blocks. Not anything else matters to me right now. See this down close candle here? Price puts a down close candle and runs away. That's the signature in price. Down close, run away. And on this retest, you get your answer. If we retest this area and break structure, you're anticipating any tap back into here to offer some sort of lower time frame shift to give at least a subtle reaction. It doesn't have to send price way back up here, but you're going to get some sort of reaction if you start breaking structure. And that's all you're looking to do is catch that small push higher, maybe back up to 10 a.m., back up to 9:30, back into a fair value gap, whatever the case may be. You're just looking for a quick scalp, right? So with this, You also have other areas where price showed a lot of resistance. So you can include all of this right here. And then you also had this level of resistance right here that price struggled to break for a while. Right? There's a few different things you could just take advantage of here. Personally, I would like for price to drive down into this area. May not, but that's the ideal rejection point. This is crazy, bro. Like I said, though, we might just continue higher until oil taps into here, maybe. At this point, I'm just like, wow, are we going to sell off all day? If so, that'll be an easy session for me. And on the flip side, I would love for this to just pull back. Like, come on, bro. It's the worst price action next to complete barcode. Barcode and long code. It's the worst price action in the world. This area looks to be holding up pretty nicely, though. See the yellow zone? This is where you want to be buying. Price taps into it, gives you a nice, beautiful rejection off of it. EMA support, supporting here as well. Higher time frame, you got some targets. You would expect that to expand if you're a fan of YM. I'm not a fan of YM anymore, so I don't really know what that's going to do. Oh, did we tap into here? It looks like we might have. Okay, no. We didn't. This is stupid, bro. All right, I'm just going to set some alerts. I'm not about to sit here and just watch this go up all day. I'm going to set some alerts back in these areas here. I have an alert going off, and I don't know where it's at. What is that? I don't know. I guess I had an alert sitting on my chart. I feel like we have to dip lower right before we just trend all day long. So we're taking out this 10 a.m. high, which I'll mark off. Hourly high. I'm sorry, that's not the hourly high. The hourly high is right here. No wick on that candle. I guess 10 a.m. pretty much marks that off for me, so I'm not going to do all that. Keep the chart as clean as possible. Yeah, this 10 a.m. candle marks that high. We take it out, show a little bit of hesitation. Bro, we have more SMT, bro. This might try to run again. Am I a fool for taking the third one? Watch, the third one's gonna be the one that doesn't work. We got one buy signal here, second buy signal there. We start breaking this high, it's gonna give you a third buy signal. It's gonna give you another buy signal off of what low is this? This low right here. Failure to take it out. Come on, yeah, don't do it. Go lower, please. But from what I can see, ES takes this low. That low gets taken. We break structure. But we could see more upside. Okay, here we go. I think this is where we get that drive. All right, we take out a high here. You show the rejection. Maybe price can sweep these internal lows a little bit before, continuing higher. Whoa, what happened, Fat? Or maybe not, bro. Look at YM just run. Yeah, YM gave it. YM gave it. The first buy signal on YM worked out. Maybe you go break even after this high here, but when the market looks this strong and you're giving nice nice rejections off of this, you might as well just let it run, huh? It's all good though. Good job, YM. Yeah, guys. I think this is it's gonna take a while. So yeah, I'm gonna chill, put my alerts in here like I mentioned, and find something better to do. Like make breakfast. YM should have some, yeah, some nice fair value gaps below. And we have 12 minutes left in this 30-minute candle. We could get the move after 10:30. Wouldn't be surprising. All right, cool. Make sure all my levels are marked off, right? We had that 10 a.m. level. We had that. Oh yeah, let's mark this off. Slow down here with no wick on it. All right. That's that. Playing field is set. Waiting for a discounted entry or a reversal. Right? Just playing the power of three, right? Power of three is going to give you a discount every single time. If the market wants to open one direction and stay one directional, I help my career by just not trading those, right? All right, so here we go. You can see that there's this resistance at the highs, right? You get the divergence off the highs, but then you also look at the 30-minute, and you'll notice we have this 30-minute gap that's about to be printed within the next 55 seconds, right? So with that, Elijah, let me see. But yeah, with that, that's telling me we're gonna get a sell back into here. Question is, do you short it into here, or do you wait for it to tap into crossing this dotted line before trading? Because it could dump all the way back down to here, or it could literally just dip into here, accumulate, right? Accumulate, blah blah blah, manipulate, and then deliver, continue higher, right? Question is, I don't know. I don't know. I would like to get a sell signal so I can short it into here. That way you get your trade out the way. Because you don't know how deep this is gonna drive into here, but I can almost guarantee you we're gonna drive back underneath this line, fill in that 30-minute gap. And it could reverse and go out of that gap, or it could literally just bleed all the way through it. You have no idea, right? When I look at this, I wonder what down here could stop price. And I'm looking, I don't see any timestamps down here. All right, all the timestamps are way back in this area. So price could, yep, there goes that sell signal. Price could just free fall here. All right. However, let's play it smart. We're getting another shift signal here. All right. There we go. Alerts are being triggered. 10:30 is officially here, and we're getting another trend shift, right? We got our first trend shift here, gave you 100 plus points. What was this? 789. Yeah. Massive move, to say the least. Now we're getting this bearish trend shift here, and I'm wondering, should I short this or should I wait to see the reaction? Because we have this 30-minute fair value gap sitting in here. We have our trend shift, but we're tapping into this massive bullish expansion, right? And similar to yesterday's 30-minute situation, right? You could see a simple tap into this 30-minute bullish gap and run away, right? Or you could see it completely wipe out the entire 30-minute gap. So I have to sit back and relax here to see how price responds now that it's inside of this gap. My goal would have been to short it before we tapped into the gap, but as you can see, price ran directly into the gap here. There we go. We're getting a nice reaction here. Nice reaction here. I don't see any order blocks in the way. Let's go to the hourly. Yeah, I don't see anything, guys. 15-minute, 10-minute. The next 5-minute order block would be here. I'll highlight it just as a point of reference here. But yeah, I don't know if it pushes that deep. If it does, to be an easy trade. Oh my goodness, it's running. Bro, every single trend shift signal has been so fast today. Trend shift AI. One signal gave you the complete bottom. The next signal gives you another bottom. And then here, how do you even play this? I need to see it drive back into here. But ideally, I'm thinking it may be safer to just wait it out. Wait the shorts out, because I don't think we're bearish, right? I think this is a simple retracement. And if I can get in at a discount on the buys, I think that'll be more rewarding, right? Because now that we've swept this 30-minute low, I don't want to be caught shorting it and get slapped in the face. We've seen that happen before, right? We've seen that too many times. Let's see, man. Let's see what the chat is up to. Is anybody active right now? No, we're chilling, man. We're chilling. Good job. So here, right? You see the order block has been highlighted. I'm gonna actually go ahead and remove that. I want to use my own order blocks, even though it's highlighting them for me. I like to drag them across a little further, and I like to use certain points depending on the setup, right? Actually, sorry, order block. Oh my goodness, it's just not gonna. Okay, so it's not even. It's not. I have to fix that. Oh, there we go. All right, so this is making our job easy, right? These signals are so quick that I don't even have time to think about getting in. But I'm wondering why my order block won't disappear. That's not good, bro. Can I change my text here? I don't know. I don't know, Kit. I'll have to check on my coding, but we know we have this trend shift here. The order block I would use would be, yeah, bro, I would use this breakout candle here, that range. And then I'm looking inside of here for the order block. There you go, yeah. The same order block that it highlighted for us. Tap into it, creates order block, closes through. Bro, this is so clean, bro. Oh my goodness, I want to short this right now, bro. However, bro, I think I have to short this. What is down here? Let's go. I need to go look at yesterday's situation because I'm wondering when price drove into this 30-minute fair value gap. What did it tap into? What stopped it? All right, so let's go look at that while we wait. Okay, yeah, this makes it so much easier. Thank you. Just sell off back into some sort of point of interest. I know I passed up on the short. We got a sell signal, but you gotta be smart about these types of trades here, right? So here's the gap from yesterday that I was watching. Highlighted here. Highlighted here. So I'm wondering what did price tap into in that scenario specifically. All right, there we go. So yeah, we got the trend shift. We got a buy signal. Price 11:30. All right, so price taps into it. All right, it would be 11:30 candle, right? Yeah, 11 to 11:30 is when it was created. 11:30 close creates the point of interest. Nice. All right, cool. So from 11:30, what do we see here? What do we see? See how there's these 1 minute, 11:30, 11:30, dang, right there. All right, so here we push into this zone. It looks like price literally just found a 1 minute order block. Down close candle there. Same exact down close candle created at the 10:53 mark. It found that, and that's all it needed inside of that gap, right? So the reaction was telling. Look how strong the reaction was off of it. So that's all I would be looking for today. Similar reaction. All right, so let's go into here. I like how quick the sell-off was. That's what you want to see for a retracement. You want it to be quick. And then here, we're pushing back into 1 minute order blocks. So let's get a nice reaction off of here. And then we should get a bullish trend shift at some point, which I will look to play off of. But here, yeah. So yeah, the indicator got it right again, bro. Trend shift, close through, order block, short. right here, stop above here, short it back into order block of some sort. You get about 1R, right? But that's not what I'm looking for. So that's why I'm look at this reaction. This is looking clean. You should see some sort of SMT with this reaction as well, right? So keep an eye on these lows here. All right, and I'll actually go back over to here real quick. I want to see. All right, so we drove into it, swept. Did we take out this low here? We had a this reaction is strong. I may buy this. We had a strong move into here. Didn't take that low, but we do take that low. So it was literally a 1 candle, 1 minute SMT. You get the strong move and a closure through. I think I'm gonna bar this. We're getting the same exact move right now. I could start like a starter position here, or just lock in and try it out real quick. Understanding I have 2 attempts at this long. Because when I'm looking at it for SMT, it would have been boom. Yeah, you would have bought it here actually. Yeah, I'll actually wait. I'll wait. So what I'll do is see how we had the confirmation reaction, right? Price is gonna pull back to this zone. When it pulled back, this is where I would have been looking to enter. I would have bought it here on this second drive out of it. And then now I could pick a safe stop, whether I want to put my stop here or underneath here, and then just target my 1.5. Comes with a little bit of drawdown, but we're no stranger to drawdown. So as long as it don't hit my stop, I'll be all right. I like the trade, let it play out. Then notice we did get a trend shift on ES, but not following the drive here. So following the drive, we didn't get one. Let's check the 2 minute. But sometimes the indicator misses setup, so that can happen. But the setup is very simple, so I'll see it if the indicator doesn't. All right. Boom, 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 boom. So yeah, you get that initial push off of it here, right? This is nice. I'm looking for a bullish trend shift. We got the bearish shift. Wait, what happened to my indicator? It's gone now. Oh, I took it off. Take it off. Nice. So yeah, this is exactly what you're looking for here. This is where you would have shorted here. But as I mentioned, I'm not a fan of where price is for shorts. If I'm going to short, I want to be in at the top. That way I can target areas like this. We're seeing a drive into this 15-minute gap down below. SMT off of that 15-minute low, right? So I'm seeing all of this, right? I can see that this liquidity was grabbed over on NASDAQ is the weaker one, right? We see that divergence at the top where ES made a few new highs here, showing you ES is slightly stronger. So when I'm buying it, I'll be looking to buy ES. If I were to short, this would have been your short. Short it back down into one of these zones. 1-to-1 would have been the maximum, right? So now here we go. Can we get a flip here? So naturally you want a deeper drive. Look at YM. See, that's why you don't trade YM. But it does give you a nice bearish trend shift. Oh my goodness. Bang. Shorties. Bro, this indicator is probably the best indicator I've seen. And I've seen thousands. Not thousands. I've seen hundreds. At least 100, I would say. Maybe not hundreds. But this is nice. 1.76, 1.75. And then over here, you got the bullish trend shift. You would have bought it out for this order block. You got at least 1-to-1. That's 2 1-to-1 trades at least. And it's in a range, right? So it's like The protocol is what is. Oh wait, what? All right, yeah, I gotta buy this. We gotta buy this. I'm on the verge of missing this, huh? I'm not gonna rush. You wanna know why? Because this EMA is still holding price back here. It's likely to reject and slam back lower. All right. So until we get above this EMA, I am in no rush to buy. Okay. So here, what we're looking at is a drive lower. We might have a subtle SMT. You got to pay attention, bro. These SMTs can be so subtle. Look at these lows here at 276.25, all equal lows here. We made a new low here. There goes your SMT. It's crazy. There goes your SMT. All right, equal lows there. And then now we got this EMA like I mentioned, but I'll be watching this candle right here. This candle has all of the energy. If we can keep that energy, this will be a clean point of interest. Let's see here. There goes your rejection, right? You see how the markets are extremely algorithmic when the volume is good. This looks like the same setup we just saw over from yesterday. Fills the fair value gap, taps into a 1 minute order block, rejects very strongly, and then that pullback is where you begin to get interested in taking the long here. I want to see this area hold up. I want to see, let me do this actually. I want to see these lows become protected here. So I'm going to change that to this here. I don't want to see these lows taken out. If these lows are taken out, I'll just wait for another setup. And that helps me to avoid the manipulated setups. Because like we talked about yesterday, when you're in a bullish trend, the lows should not be getting swept. I know it's like the first move, like that first sweep down in here, then you get your market structure shift. But once you get the ROC confirmation, the trend shift, the lows should become protected. Okay. So it should look just like this. Every time it puts in the low, it's not concerned about the lows. It's worried about the highs. All right. All right. So, yeah, let's see what happens here. I think this is going to be a clean continuation. Yeah. A nice close through this EMA. I am going to long this here. Stop underneath here with about 7.5. Oh, here goes 10 a.m. Bro. 10 a.m. price has to be your target. Right? Because we understand the power of 3. 10 a.m. opened higher, pushed up, manipulated, broke structure. This is a clean bullish move from the higher time frame gap. But if there's going to be any hesitation, it's going to be right here. So I'll just go like 1.2. Yeah, like a 1.2. We got to close through this yellow zone though. A nice closure above. I'll put my stop at like 7.25. And I'm looking for 1.2 R, a quick scalp. Let me see. Or I might just let it run though. Go break even at 10 a.m. type of deal, you know. Just to because we do have this trend shift, but we did mitigate everything here. We're tapping back into this area here. Yeah, I think I like the buys. We're mitigating here. If we break past here, I don't like the shorts anymore anyway, so it should go to that high. All right, 15 contracts works for me. All right, cool. So that's the game plan there. I'm looking to take price higher here. If we can break through with a nice close, and we're looking like it might not, which I would prefer that, right? I would prefer it reject right now and move lower if it's going to move lower than to close above here and then move lower. You know what I mean? Trick you to get in and then go sweep. I'd rather it sweep right now. You know what I mean? But so far, so good. I'll make this box green because we're looking at a bunch of yellow boxes. But you're going to see very strong closures, right? Similar to what we saw yesterday's trade. When I'm looking for an entry, the candles are giving you the confirmation. Every trend shift is followed by massive candles in that direction, right? Trend shift, this is telling you, bro, buy. Trend shift. Look at the size of the candle. Short, right? So if I see my indication again here, I want to see big bullish candles. So far, we have one nice sized bullish candle here that I have highlighted, right? That's why I'm working from inside of that range. It all comes back to volume, right? So the candles will show you along with the trend shift. Boom. And here goes another nice strong push here. I'm just looking for price to break out though. What is that? 72.85, 7.25 points on the stop, 15 points. Sorry, 15 cons. 72.85. Yeah. I feel like it's on the way. I feel like it's on the way. 72.85.75, not 0.25. All right, yeah. So a failure to break here would simply delay the buys, and what you'll look for is another drive down into here to sweep these lows, and then look for the flip off of that sweep. All right, but this move up right here off of this down close candle pretty much tells me that we're pretty much, oh yeah, good job. Good job. This is the type of sweep you want to see, a nice aggressive sweep. It's scary though because of where it's rejecting. However, when you think of like when you think logically, right? You try to apply some logic here. This is why I'm still sticking with the buys, right? Notice Nasdaq was the one that was weaker, right? On the way down, right? ES slightly stronger. We get the trend shift, we get the order block. Notice Nasdaq is tapping into this bearish order block here. So you should expect a move off of it. You don't expect it to continue, but you expect there to be sellers in here, bro. These trend shifts are 100% valid, right? So with that concept, you're saying, all right, why is the weaker one able to drive back into this order block, whereas the stronger one, which was ES, has not tapped into it yet, right? We're not even close to that order block. Okay. So what that's telling me is this looks like manipulation, doesn't look real, because the moves that have been pretty solid, the real moves like this sell-off tells us that Nasdaq is weaker. This SMT down here tells us Nasdaq is weaker, right? We took out this low here, and that's that 950 low. We're nowhere near the 950 low on ES, right? So it's Nasdaq has been confirmed weaker. So why is Nasdaq able to tap into it? That's a red flag. That's telling me these shorts are short-lived and I want to see them get absorbed, right? And then what else do you notice? We're maintaining this range right here like I want it. You know what I mean? So with that, a nice move above, yeah. Let's see if we can get a closure. That's the scary part. You got to wait for this close, man. See how it wicks above it, pulls back. But I like how we just swept this low. You know what I mean? We absorbed this sell pressure from this order block here. Quick sell pressure, and we match it with bullish candles that are even bigger. The volume is starting to become apparent. I'm just simply waiting for the breakout to avoid the drawdown. 0.75, yeah, just to avoid the drawdown. All right, and I think I'm just gonna go ahead and do this because last time I tried to wait, you guys remember what happened. It blasted off way up here in seconds. So if I put my order up here, maybe, yeah, see, I don't want to get wicked though. Push up and then not close. That's the scary part. Yeah, I gotta sacrifice some points on the entry just so I don't get wicked, right? Price could do what it did here, push up into it, and it's not ready to close yet, and then end up closing back in here, and now you're getting a ton of drawdown for no reason. Whereas if you wait for that closure outside of this clear range here, then, you know what I mean, you'll get the fill you're looking for maybe up here, but you know that price should not mess with this low at all, so you can maybe go break even and then target these highs here. It's tough, bro, because this is tough, bro. Are we done going lower here on oil? Do we go up? Right, we're back in this area. But part of me thinks we didn't sweep anything in here, so maybe it pushes a little bit lower, like something like this. Taps into this gap, transitions a little bit lower, and then goes higher, taps this previous weekly high. You know what I mean? Like maybe something like that. It's tough, bro. Is oil done going lower? Was this tap enough? I think not. If I had to pick, I would say no. If I had to pick, I would say no. I would say oil's not done going lower. Especially when you think about there's no real conflict anymore. Like the war drama is pretty much played out. America's making money off these barrels by getting all the traffic diverted over to the Gulf of America for oil, right? So we're actually benefiting from this oil controversy. Oil was pretty high yesterday. Now we're pretty close. This should serve as a magnet, right? It should push down, maybe even a little lower back to the weekly open, right? So yeah, I think oil could go lower, which would open the door for higher here. There we go. All right, nice. I like this move here. I would buy it if we were above the EMA. That's what I'm looking at here. Notice NASDAQ is above it. ES is not. If both of these were above this EMA, I would have been in this trade based off of this green zone and this specific reaction right here. I like that. The only thing I don't really want to see is this EMA continue to hold price down. So, like I said, I may get in a little bit later around here. A nice closure above at 85. Yeah, nice closure above at 85. And we're chilling. You can put your stop honestly underneath here, maybe 8.5. 10 a.m. I'm gonna have to fade 10 a.m. and assume that we can break it, or maybe just go break even. Yeah, because if it comes back down here, go break even. Hopefully, it doesn't give you one of these break evens. Hopefully, it doesn't do that, and hopefully, it's one of the break evens that like it pushes down into here and maybe sweeps again, and then you can get in after. Right. Just gotta hope it's not one of those dirty break evens, but I feel like I have to go break even at 10 a.m. based on what aligns, with this 10 a.m. We got a trend shift right at the 10 a.m. price. We got a move opposite. We got a clean power of 3 where you see the accumulation, accumulate, manipulate, and then distribute. This was your distribution point right here. This order block. Notice we haven't tapped it yet on ES. We could tap into here and sell off. I understand that, right? But what I'm waiting for is confirmation from NASDAQ that we may not reject this area. You see, we're still stuck in this area, but it's fighting to break it, right? However, we're still stuck in here, bro. We could get another bearish trend shift if NASDAQ slams lower here. That would be very bearish. But the size of the candles are going to tell you, like, if we get a very aggressive sell-off, then it's telling you. Just like it told you up here, right? Beautiful. Same thing with the buying. Beautiful. YM. Nothing bullish over here. But we are tapping into these order blocks, right? So this is where you have to understand that if price wanted to find support here, it really would. It'll skyrocket off of these types of levels. Got that inner generated liquidity here. You got nice bearish gaps that can be flipped. You know what I mean? So we're chilling. And there goes that deeper drive. There we go. Good job. Look, you see what I mean, right? We could end up getting a bearish trend shift here if we show that speed lower. This thing is fire, kid. It's literally like me, an AI version of me looking at the charts. Like, where would I be looking for a short? If price started to slam here, I would be looking for shorts, especially where it's slamming from the previous order block here. You got YM on a free fall. Part of me is like, does oil continue back up or does it sell off? But oil doesn't look like it's moving. Oil might be done for today. Yeah, oil looks exhausted. Or are we going to absorb these sellers slowly but surely? Like I said, maybe the 2-minute chart is a little more telling. Yeah, let's wait for a 2-minute closure. Because you can see the EMA is starting to break here, but at the same time, it hasn't broken, so that may be a red flag for a massive move lower. So patience, man. We already have the trades mapped out. 80% of the work is done. Looking for that final 20% of confirmation to enter either a ROC trend shift higher or a continuation lower. I don't know. These might short, bro. That 2-minute candle is nice. That's a nice body. EMA support is holding up. The weird thing is for me is like, I don't know though. One thing I'm noticing is like sometimes it's weird. Like you'll see ES being the stronger one moment. You know what I mean? And then you'll see ES being the weaker one in the same session. It's almost like ES is simply just leading the way. If we're bearish, ES is going to be in front. If we're bullish, ES is going to be in front. You know what I mean? So that's the catch here. I've seen that before too. So I'm trying to play both sides honestly here. And if we can get a nice close here, I like the short. If we don't close underneath here, this is not. Let me see. Oh crap, we already got the 1-minute confirmation. All right. The shorts are taking over, kid. What else is down here? Yeah, it wants lower. And ES is leading the way somehow. That's crazy. I don't know. I don't think I can short this, bro. It's moving too fast. It's moving too fast. You did not get a chance unless you were anticipating those shorts. Yeah, that was a little bit too fast for me. There goes your protected high. Bro, this is clean. But what do you notice? We're sweeping this low now. So the shorts could be over. You gotta be cautious of this low here. This sweep right here could send price flying the opposite way. So yeah, I'm chilling once again, guys. I don't like how NASDAQ was able to tap here, but ES didn't. If this was the opposite, if ES was tapping into here and NASDAQ failed to reach it, I would have been happily in a short. But now I'm starting to think something's up here. Look at what we're reaching towards. We're reaching towards this hourly high here. I think this is where you find the most support. We're tapping right back into this yellow order block from the morning session trend shift, the 950 macro trend shift on both charts now. I think this is where you see that bullish capacity step up. Just looking at it from a higher time frame, right? You get this break of structure, accumulate, manipulate back into this zone. We get one move off of it. If this survives another tap, it's gonna fly away. It's gonna just rip. Right? That's the algorithm. That's how the markets trade. If you're struggling to understand how to get a bias, understand that the initial move is always connected to the second move. So the initial move is gonna expand. The second move is gonna retest, and you'll see that expansion start to continue. It'll be like a legit trend. Boom, low. It'll start trending back towards the highs. Right? As long as this survives. market structure shift would be something completely different. All right, nice. So what are you noticing also, right? This protected low that I had marked out is taken out. So that's why I'm going to completely evacuate the buy idea until I see a new one. I don't want to be short here. I really don't want to be short. I really don't want to be short here. Yeah, I really don't want to be short, guys. Because this level right here is where the selling stepped up. Look at the expansion from here. There's been no retest whatsoever. Also, even right here, you got a nice expansion. All right, anytime price expands, that's really where you want to be looking for your clues, right? We expanded from here, try to go higher and completely expand lower. Yeah, bro. If you ask me, this is about to be either price is gonna just absolutely destroy this. Like I said, when we were waiting for this 30-minute gap to be filled, I said price is either gonna drive into here and try to go bullish, or it's just gonna rip all the way through it. If it does decide to rip, I'm okay with not taking that because I like to play the higher time frame, right? This is only a 1 minute short, bro. This is a 1 minute short pushing down into a 5-minute order block, right? Where price previously expanded. So I'm not just pulling these zones out of thin air. I'm literally just looking at what price is leaving behind and using it for clues. And it'll tell you exactly where it wants to go. The next point of interest, if this fails, right? You go down and you look underneath. Look at all this structure that's sitting underneath that previous session high. So you would at least look for price to tap into here. If it's going to go bearish break here, you want to see at least tap into here, right? That's a cleaner short. But trying to short it while it's sitting in here, you're hoping that it goes short instead of letting it tell you whether it wants to go short or not. You know what I mean? So the next best case would be a bullish trend shift off of this low here, where you see we're putting in this SMT somehow, which is strange, right? Makes you think we are going to sell off because NASDAQ is now the one that's not taking out lows. It's crazy. It just changed. The leader just changed. And it'll either catch back up and ES will end up taking the lead again, or it's just trying to scam us. I don't know. I think ES takes the lead again, bro. But we shall see. Nice move off that bearish shift though. But it would have been too fast to catch anyway. That's another red flag. I wouldn't even have been able to short this. Way too quick. Way too quick. I see some people in shorts on YouTube, bro. I really wonder like how they do it, bro. I guess it's all about perspective, right? They see something that I don't see. And vice versa, right? I see things they don't see. He's in short, literally off of this SMT. That 1 minute SMT, changing the state here. Short. Short in NASDAQ as well. It don't even matter. It don't matter which one he's short. Because if you're really bearish, you should be short in ES here, right? ES never takes that high. You know what I mean? But if you ask me, this looks like a absolute trap. And I'm going to drop the trap for you. Watch this, right? So when you see that candle that price is indicating here, is it this one? Yeah. What about this one though? This low. Yeah, I like this low. So we close. See, that's where I'm different. I'm a little different than the indicator. The indicator gives you this subtle sweep here. I would just use this internal low, right? Subtle sweep of this internal low. Have we closed strongly below here? No, a bunch of wicks, no strong closures. So I'm looking at that low and I'm saying the same thing here. We actually got a strong close, but look at the wick. It's not even a real close. Let's see what ES looks like. All right. Okay. So yeah, you do get a solid. Not even, bro. Look at the closures. You get a body with a fat wick, and then all the other candles are simply just closing inside of this wick. There's no real breakout lower. You know what I mean? So I'm not interested in that. It looks like it's almost, I call them like shadow candles, where you get a big move, and then price just trades within that wick, pretending to close underneath these lows when really it's just closing within this previous range here, which is not very bearish. Price breaks ranges when it's bearish, right? But anyway, yeah, the game plan remains. Let's stick to the idea for higher. And it looks like we might get one here. Yeah, this is nice. Look at how low we drive here. A nice closure above here. I'm going to start looking for a flip. Yeah, a nice close above this internal high here. That's what I'm looking for. Let's go. Let's go. This, and look at the clock, right? Now you're looking at the clock and you're like, if we're bullish around 11 o'clock, we should start seeing bullish activity. Rest of the market clearly doing just fine. YM playing around this bullish area of interest. We've made this massive trend line. Short term bottom looking pretty strong. Let's see if price can just start to expand. All right. And like I mentioned, this candle right here is the range that you're watching. So I'm watching this. If I'm bearish, I want to see this hold up. If I'm bullish, I'm waiting for that to break, and it's showtime. All right, yeah, so let's do this right here. I want to see this candle get flipped aggressively here. Closure through. This is crazy to me. Like, look at how this candle, it won't let me. Okay, 1101. All right. 1101 candle. There goes your speed. Look at how these bullish candles are going to be bigger than these bearish candles. You want to see strong closures, and there we go. There we go. I need a strong close through here, this swing high, and I will be a fan of higher. And we could pinpoint another bottom. I might name this this indicator bikini bottom. Nah, or bottom tick, top tick. Bottom tick, top tick, bop tick. All right, NASDAQ breaking this level first. NASDAQ is showing me that it's actually more concerned with being bullish. All right, you notice that, right? We get a stronger close over here. Let me get a peek at, yeah, there we go. There we go. You don't want to rush it, right? Even though these candles are moving quickly, you don't want to rush the position. All I need is for price to close above on both charts, which this will be that first closure here. You saw ES fail. Actually, no, ES did close. I'll take that back. All right, so with this closure, I'm looking for an order block to trade off of. Let's break this range first, 20 seconds. Price will start creating bullish order blocks, right? It'll start creating order blocks. Order block, order block, order block. Right? If you get like a series of bullish candles in a row, something like this, where it just goes straight up, that's just unfortunate. That is just very unfortunate. But remember, initially, I was okay with buying it up here. So that's why I'm not rushing. If the bottom holds up here, which it looks like it has, SMT, now I want to switch and I want to drop a trade for NAS because NASDAQ is showing more strength right now. Somehow. I don't know. It's okay. Whatever. And then now I'm looking at the EMA. We broke the EMA on both. Excellent 2-minute chart. Still haven't broken it yet. So here's more selling pressure. Right? More wasted time. This is all price is doing. Price is simply wasting time. It's going to tap into here. bearish candle, bearish EMA, show some rejection for a little bit, generate your order blocks, and then just continue through it. Oh my goodness, bro. All right, I gotta be ready here. NASDAQ, if you try to take off, stop will be about 55 points. And just look for something like that. Nothing too crazy. Well, I just need to make sure I'm behind an order block here, but ideally we get a pullback. There we go. Yeah, let's get some sort of bearish candle close. I don't want to see 12 green candles in a row. That would suck. But yeah. Come on. So you see the bearish trend shift? You see why I ignored it, right? Even though it gave you the short and it takes out the low, I understand that we're in way too much bullish structure. There's way too much structure sitting over here for me to just blindly short through it, hoping that it breaks, right? Once this low is taken, I actually get a better indication of if the short is legit. As soon as we take the low, what happens? Pure absorption. Pure absorption. No more sellers getting paid underneath that low. Pure absorption. And we flip these order blocks here, making this, bro, come on, bro. Why does it do stuff like this, bro? It just acts like it's in such a hurry. And as soon as you buy it, you get all the drawdown. You get every bit of it. Like, just pull back real quick so I can analyze price, right? But we get this 5-minute closure through these bearish candles. We get these 1-minute flips. Bro, this is like way too quick right now, bro. It's kind of making me upset. Because it's looking like it just wants to leave me. Yeah, it does. It wants to leave us behind in the dust. And I'm not buying it, bro. I don't care. I don't care. Take off. Do it. I dare you. Because every time you feel like it's just going to take off without you, it's not, bro. And if it does, it happens so rarely, like 1 out of 10 times, that you just accept that. If it wants to take off here without me, let it. Because I would much rather get in down here somewhere. Like, much rather. So when I'm looking at this, I'm like, all right, what candle can I use? I think I have to use this one. I might get in here, bro. Yeah, I might get in here. Because I can use this candle right here. It doesn't have to be a bearish candle. We close through it. Clearly retesting it. Clearly holding it. I want to buy ES. Hold on. Yeah, let me get in on ES with a 8.5 stop. Which is likely the same size as before, right? I think so. 15. How'd it get to 26? Yeah, 15 would be pretty solid. Make it 12 or something. Yeah, 12. And you're just looking for 10 a.m. or something. There we go. Finally, just pull back, bro. But I'm looking at certain things, right? Which candle broke this red zone? I think this is about to run, bro. I'm going to go ahead and just... We finally got a bearish candle close. Perfect. And it highlighted it for me. Good job. So I want to see price close through here. And we took that high, yeah? Yeah, we're bullish. So I'm looking for a closure through there. 1 second. Looking for a closure through there. Do I want to buy ES or do I want to buy NAS, bro? NASDAQ is ripping, kid. I might have to draw up NASDAQ. Because I'll be mad if NASDAQ takes the high. It's clearly in front. 5. Oh, I'm on the NASDAQ. I need to get off of that. I need to get on the micro. Yeah, I'm going to start looking at this long here, guys. A strong close here. I'm going to buy this. And it's going to be, yeah. All right, we still haven't closed yet. Why is it doing that, bro? It's edging this level, kid. I'd rather see a pullback. But realistically, I'm okay with the 60-point stop here. My goodness, that's a fat stop. Just pull back. It's making it so difficult. But if I do get in up there, I can't have my stop way down here. I have to get underneath the EMA, get underneath this candle, which should hold up. Create limit order 11. Clear 5. I'll go 5 on that with a breakout because this level right here, it should give us another trend indication, right? Because this swing over here is what gave us this low. So a closure through here is the same concept all over again. We got this internal concept with this very subtle shift. We got this drive lower, takes out the low, we flip it. Now we're putting the order block at the high. Yeah, I think I gotta take this by the run. YM, it's not showing any life. Oil, I don't know, bro. Because ES still hasn't, yeah, we're chilling. We gotta wait for ES. NASDAQ is jumping again somehow. Gotta wait for ES to give us this confirmation, right? Let me draw this up. Yeah, there it is, bang. Boom, boom, boom. Yeah, just looking for price to give you. There we go. Thank you. Thank you, kid. Stop screaming, boy. So you get that drive. ES still struggling to break here, but it's still holding that. Make this green. I don't know why that's red or yellow. No, green. So yeah, that's what I'm looking at there. I gotta wait for ES to break out and just buy ES because NASDAQ's not gonna give you a good fill, and I can manage this ES trade just fine. So yeah, I'll be more comfortable getting in a little later here on ES. 15, make it 13 here, and early I can put my stop up under. Yeah, this is nice. I could put my stop up under this green box, so this would be 7 points. I'll go with 1 extra point. 5, yeah, that's perfect. And then just look, yeah. All right, yeah, 13. And I'm looking for a close here that makes me excited to enter, yeah, join this party. Oh, bro. You see that? As soon as I clicked the button, it did not close through it. So now if I get wicked out, bro, this is unbelievable. How does it do stuff like that? As soon as I clicked the button, it did not close above here. What? That's unbelievable. I almost want to kill this trade, but I'm like, bro, just go. Don't even play any games. You don't have to be hard to get today. You know what I mean? Like, just go ahead. Because NASDAQ is running. Just go ahead. Do what you got to do, man. 8-point stop. Looking for about 12. Excellent. Right next to that 10 a.m. Somehow NASDAQ is in the lead, which is strange. However, if you're trading NASDAQ, right, you see price close through here. Did we close through here? Not yet. We closed through here on this candle here. So you're watching that candle range. You want to see that hold up in a bullish trend. And the same thing here. Well, we broke that range here. Oh my goodness. This little kid is going bonkers. All right. I think we're good. When I look at how things played out, right? You got that closure through. Price taps into the green zone at the bottom here. Gives a nice order block here. You know what I mean? And we broke once again. And then you highlight this one. You expect this one to give you more bullishness off of it. Right? How do you want to play this 10 a.m.? I think the way price set up here is telling you it's going to take these highs. So I would say this is your draw. But you got to be careful, man. Be careful around 10 a.m. Be careful around 9:30. What was down here? Yeah, be careful. Be careful. Also, if you guys are agreeing with these longs, if you guys like the buy idea, drop a like. Let's charge up these buys, see if we can get a spark. I want to see a blast off back into here. But what I'm noticing is the thing that gets my attention, which is why I switched to the 5 minute, right? You'll notice this resistance here on the 5 minute was already broken on NAS, right? But NASDAQ is beating us back to this 10 a.m. price. I'm expecting rejection off of this 10 a.m. price, or maybe even NASDAQ take that high first, and then we're going to see a pullback, if you ask me. I would say we're going to see a pullback depending on how ES responds to this bearish gap, because you could get into here. There could be some sellers sitting inside of this candle that send price lower, but then they're absorbed, similar to what you saw from this move here on NASDAQ, right? You saw the drive into it. You see the absorption of these orders, and then it sells off to pretend to be bearish, or maybe there's just a lot of selling pressure, right? And then eventually it gets absorbed, and then we flip it, right? So NASDAQ pretty much did what we want to see happen on ES. Either you're going to see the same, literally the same thing where ES taps into it, pulls back, and then goes, right? Or you're going to see ES try and just catch up, right? And then lastly, you could see some sort of reversal off the high where NASDAQ takes out the high and then completely changes the course, right? It could beat us to this high and then decide, all right, I'm not really bullish. I just wanted that high. And then ES never takes that high. And then it just, yeah, like that. How did that just happen? Yeah, it just dumps. So still early in this process. What I want to see is, this is exactly what I want to see. I want to see price tap into it. Here you go. You get that pullback. I want to see a subtle and fast absorption of these sellers, right? To the point where we don't even break structure. We just pull back into one of these order blocks here, which there are a good amount of them, which is good, right? You want to see price tap into one of these and then just continue on its journey. 2-minute order block. Yeah, you got a 2-minute order block. We just tapped into the 5-minute. We're pulling back into this 2-minute order block. Let's see if we can get a quick reaction off of it because of what time it is, right? If we're bullish, we're pretty much behind the schedule because 10 a.m. price is here. You know what I mean? That's where the power of 3 can help you to just hold your trades or whatever the case may be. You understand that if we're truly bullish and if this is really supposed to hold, we are behind on the clock. So that means by 11:30, 12, you should see price pick up the energy towards where it really wants to go. All right, so in the next 30 minutes or hour and a half, price could be way up here, which is the draw, essentially. The draw. So now you see we got that 5-minute tap. We got some hesitation. We need to see 5-minute strong closures, similar to what we see on NASDAQ. We got a nice break here. I'm waiting for price to break this dotted line for the first time on ES, right? You see it, bro. This is crazy. Like, these levels are so precise. Look at how price is just struggling to break this high right now. All right, so you want to see price close firmly above it. So far, it hasn't done that. Tapping into the EMA here. But notice NASDAQ, right? The same exact high is already closed through. We put an order block right on that high, and look at what happened when price tapped into that order block. Taps into it here. Nice reaction. Now we're waiting for ES to catch up here. It's tough trading the one that's lagging because you don't know if it's really going to catch up or not. That's the risk you take. But I just couldn't get the entry I wanted on NASDAQ. I wanted to buy it down in this one. The first green box, right? Which is where we bought ES, right next to that first green box, right? And then you got a second green box on top of it. But NASDAQ just didn't want to give me the entry. So taking this one, I'm anticipating that ES still has that bullish profile. So we should see price follow along with NASDAQ very well. YM is leaking lower. 1 minute chart, 5 minute chart, 15-minute chart. Yeah, let's see how these 15-minute candles close now that it's driving back into this area here. Not bad, but you gotta pay attention, bro. You just gotta pay attention, right? Notice how we tap into here, we make a new high. We made a new high, and we also tapped into that same area on ES, made a new high. That's what you call trending price action. You want to see both charts continue to trade in the same direction with no problem off of bullish areas of interest, right? You don't want to see one of them take out a high and the other one don't, right? That's a sign of exhaustion. That's SMT at its finest. So we just gotta chill, bro. I wish it would just close through this high so that we get a new set of order blocks to work with and read. We're just gonna have to wait on it. And now, there we go. I like this. I like this pullback. I want to see a closure through here as well, bro. This 5-minute wick, I need to see that get closed through. A strong close through it. Price can use this down close 5-minute candle as support. We still haven't closed through this one either. So yeah, we're chilling, man. We're chilling. I watched the 5-minute. 5-minute looks very clean. Put an alert at the all-time high for NASDAQ. Also, yeah, we are at all-time highs, so you should see a really strong move here if we're bullish. Oil accumulating where? Same area of interest stuck within this candle's range. I would love to see a strong move lower. Yeah, we're chilling. We're chilling. What? What? Take this high. I'm out of the trade, guys. We hit that high. I am out of this trade. I'm waiting for NASDAQ to sweep that high. Let me check the mini here. All right, yeah. Waiting for NASDAQ to take that high, and I'm going to kill the ES trade whenever that happens. Which I might be a little bit early, but I don't know what just happened. What was that? Was that news? But we have 1:35 left in this candle, so you want to see a strong close here on the 5-minute. I don't know what that was. So I'll end up just playing this manually, just in case you get another massive spike like that, and then watch NASDAQ for this high here. because the trade has pretty much confirmed itself at this point, right? So you just want to wait for one of these to take that high, understanding that YM is way at a discount. ES still below 10 a.m. NASDAQ, beautiful continuation, yet we haven't hit the target. So once this target gets taken, I'll start managing my position from there. All right, here we go. So waiting for this high simply because once this high is taken, I would expect a pullback. All right, are we taking the high? I'm gonna kill this or at least trail my stop very closely. There it goes. All right, yeah. So I'm cool with like, I might as well just kill it here, huh? Unless it just goes. Yeah, I got my stop right there. I would love for it to just rip here and catch up in one candle. YM, see what I mean? Look how this candle closed. Higher time frame wick. Let's go. Keep it going. Keep it going, my friend. All right, I'm out of there on my fundeds here. Got to be careful with this high, right? Yeah, I'm gonna call it there. Let the stream trail out here, but realistically, this is more than enough. All right, this was 1.4, and the reason you don't want to be too greedy is because NASDAQ takes that high. If price wants to reverse off of this, it can. There we go. I'm all out there for about 12 points, which is exactly what I was looking for. Excellent. Now I can run away, even though I do think ES takes this high. For whatever reason, NASDAQ beats us to the high, which is enough to just like make me happy here. I'm cool with this. Good week. The markets have been better than I've ever seen them this year, to be honest. This year was weird to start off, but now you're starting to see price just give you clean breaks and retests. You don't need all these extra strategies. You don't need all this extra analysis. Literally figure out where all the volume is coming from, wait for a retest, look for your entry model. And thankfully we have our custom entry model, which gave you 1, 2, ooh. See what I mean? Do you see what I mean, guys? Do you see what I mean, guys? Making sure my accounts are good. Yeah, I'm good. Do you see what I mean? Do you see how you have to understand how the market works? What was that? Look at how it waited for this high to be taken before it gave you this. Oh yeah, let's get out of here. I'm out of here on that note. But yeah, we got I probably will call it the trend shift model. 1 minute trend shift, just because it sounds fresh. You don't hear people saying trend shift. You hear people saying CISD and market structure shift all the time. So I think I'm gonna go with trend shift. And yeah, that's it for this week. I'll drop this in the chat. Fabulous trading week. Drop a like on the stream if you guys had a good trading week. Got to keep this going though, bro. Like this is where you milk the markets dry. Right? When you know the things we know, this is the playing field. We drew up every single idea step for step, and we even passed on a few, understanding that the higher time frame was so bullish, I would just rather wait for a buy. Right? I could have taken this short. Could have taken this short. I could have taken this buy, but I understand that it's only 10 o'clock. If price is bullish, we'll probably get a second chance. And sure enough, at 11, price retest the same area where if you bought it earlier. Textbook, guys, textbook. Let me screenshot this, and I am off to enjoy the weekend. Thank you, Jesus. This is fire. All right, cool. Yeah, so dropping this in the chat room. If you're not in the chat room, I'll drop the link as usual here, welcoming anybody who's serious about trading. We trade futures, but trading is pretty much the same when you're trading the Nasdaq and the S&P. You can trade any market. You can trade forex, you can trade futures, you can trade options, which is why I focus on those two mainly, because they're available in every single market. If I need to switch for whatever reason, I can. There goes the entry with a pinpoint exit. Bigger stop than needed, right? Like I said, this green zone right here should hold, but because there's a nice target up above, I'll cover this low. 8.5. Beautiful trade. Beautiful trade. All right. Kill the indicator. Post a screenshot. All right, cool. About 1.4 R on the trade. Fabulous. Clean up some of these drawings. Nobody cares about why we took it. They just care if it wins or not, right? Download. All right, here you go. I'll drop the chat link as well. And you guys have a great weekend. Pray everybody has a blessed weekend, man. Let me see. Boom, 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 boom. There it is. We are really making this look easy though. Trading is not easy. It's really it's your brain. You have to train your brain to go against what you naturally think. All right, people see this type of stuff and they want to sell. You see a strong move down, you think shorts, right? And the market knows that you're thinking that. That's why it's showing it to you. Same thing here. People see this right here and they think, let's buy. So they use it against you, take all your money, and then, but it's really very simple because the banks are using supply and demand. So it makes these areas more obvious. This is buying power right here. This reaction is bank activity. You know what I mean? All right, cool. So yeah, I'm out of here. You guys enjoy your weekend. YM kind of looks like it might be pretty much a wrap there. It's starting to look pretty weak as well. I love the SMT. I love the closure through, and yeah, it looks like price. Yeah, this is a sell signal. Watch. Don't be surprised you come back in this right here. Let's see if it gave us. Oh nope, it's outside of my window, so it's not gonna give us a trend shift. But this is a nice trend shift. Boom, 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 boom. Sell signal. Stop has to go above this bearish candle in case price wants to hang out inside of it for a while. But yeah, I'm not interested in any more price action. I am about to start my weekend right now. You guys take care, man. God bless. Thanks for tuning in, and get ready for next week. Keep it going. Keep it going. Later.